Warming up is super important, and so is cooling down, but we'll save that for another day. So today we're going to be talking about warming up. There are two types of warm-ups you could do, a static warm-up or a dynamic warm-up. One is recommended to do before, and one is recommended to do after. What do you think? Because a lot of times I still see people doing static stretching beforehand. That's a big no-no. So static stretching is when you're not moving, right? I'm just going into a hamstring stretch or maybe a quad stretch. I'll still see people get on the floor before class and, reach for their toe and straddle. No, not happening. Not going to be the best for your body. What you need to do is dynamic, so moving. Examples are jumping jacks, high knees, go for a jog. You could do squats, lunges. Also take note of what you're doing that day in your workout. Whatever you're doing that day, you kind of want to mimic those body parts and get those body parts warmed up. So for example, if you're doing a lower body day, you don't have to warm up all upper body. Yes, you still need to be mobile, but definitely make sure that you have your hips, your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, everything, your mobility of your ankles warmed up for that, whatever you're working on that day. Also take note that you can use bands and stuff to warm up. So a simple exercise is band pull apart. You can use bands, overhead pressing with bands, also doing lateral band walks. You can even do some stuff for your upper body as well. We'll do another whole video series on actual exercises that you could do to warm up. But your static stretching is important. However, I want you to do that afterwards. So actually, let's take this rubber band, for example. The analogy of putting this rubber band in a freezer. If you put it in the freezer, you take it out, you go to pull it, it's probably gonna snap. So think of that as being your muscle. Your muscle is cold before you work out. If you go into a static stretch, you might pull the muscle because it's literally not warm enough. It's not able to move. So once you do all your dynamic moving, you warm up, you do your whole exercise, now your muscle is warm, it's mobile, it's supple. So now if you go to stretch that, it's going to stretch, not snap. So after your workout is a place where it'd be a good idea to then go in and do some static stretching. Maybe that's where you want to get, your hip flexors, you want to get to the hamstrings, get to the quads. That's where that is important to do. So they're both important, but the timing of them is even more important. So stay tuned. We're going to go over some dynamic exercises that you can incorporate into your warm-up, both body weight and bands. So stay tuned.